For all of you new subscribers to me that subscribed from watching Tuesday evening last night, welcome to my website and my YouTube channel. A couple things you should know. I am the mom of a 5-year-old, so I don't post videos as often as I would like. So if I have trouble responding to something or I take some time responding to you, that's why. The second thing is the best way to keep track of me is on my Facebook page. That's where I post everything. My upcoming events, things like that. And, oh, if you're in Florida, Free Thought Day at Disney in October. Check it out. Just type in Free Thought Day at Disney. You'll find our website. And if you're in Florida, come join us. Please. It's going to be fun. Okay, so last night I was on Tuesday evening Blog TV broadcast. I'm sure the Tuesday evening YouTube site will post it at some point. It was a lot of fun. I have to say it was really, really fun. But I did want to address just a couple of things that came up. Together for Peace was one of the callers. And, you know, I think he really does want to have like genuine interfaith dialogue, but the fact of the matter is, this is a man who within like a couple minutes of talking to me got me to say some really nasty things about Christianity. And it's not something, anybody who's looked at my work, looked at my writing, is friends with me, knows that it's not something I do normally. And you know, and he was, it was specifically in response to a video that he had seen that I had done about, you know, why atheists can get really snarky and ridicule belief. And he hadn't watched the original video, he just watched the follow-up, so he didn't really have the full context of what my thoughts were. But, you know, the fact of the matter is, within a minute or two, he got me to the point where I told him what I really thought about Christianity, and it ain't pretty. You know, and I feel kind of bad about that, as I've pointed out in my other videos. Like, I like most Christians. Most Christians are really, really great people. And I don't want to tell them what like the reasons why I'm not a Christian. You know? And if it's not enough to say that, look, the reality is I don't believe. Like, I don't believe in the existence of God. Alright? Let alone your particular one. Like, I don't believe in Ganesh either. Or Thor. Or whatever, you know. So, but for me to get to that point where I say something nasty about someone's faith in that short a time, seriously, usually for me to get to that point, it's because the person isn't listening, that they don't want to hear what I'm having to say. And I think Together for Peace may say he wants an interfaith dialogue, but he certainly approaches it in a negative way. And I know that's probably not his intention. I know that's not his intention. I trust he's at face value that he's trying to do what he says he's trying to do, which is to have this conversation. But if he's not going to listen or respect, you know, the disbelief of others, he's just going to continuously run into this problem. And it takes a lot for me to get to that point where I say something nasty. He did it like in a minute. So, you know, my advice to Together for Peace is, instead of approaching an interfaith dialogue with the intent to convert the people, like you're trying to learn from us to figure out what you need to do to convert us, don't approach it that way. The good interfaith dialoguers, like Reverend Barry Lynn and Reverend Harry Parrott, people like that, they don't enter into an interfaith dialogue with any expectations of converting the people they're talking to. They respect the right of the people that they're talking to believe otherwise, and they don't want to convert them. Like, I don't want to convert you from Christianity. I assume you're a good person, and Christianity is part of what helps make you a good Christian. And if you can respect that I'm an atheist, and that's part of what makes me a good person, then we can have a really great conversation about religion and faith and whatever. But if you're going to approach me kind of duplicitously, saying, oh, I want to have an interfaith dialogue, but I don't actually want to hear what you say unless it helps me convert you, then we're going to be in conflict. And you did that within a minute. Together for Peace, you did it within like a minute. And if you've looked at anything else I've done, This is not a topic I go into, and I really hate it when Christians ask for my opinion on Christianity, because I know it's going to upset them. I know it's going to offend them. Right? But there's a reason I'm not a Christian. You know? Let's just leave it at that and move on to what we actually have in common, which are our values and things like that. There's a reason why religion and politics are not considered polite conversation. We don't agree. Let's move on to the things we do agree on. That's how you have a good interfaith dialogue, where we have common ground. If you're going to come at me and from the get-go not be respectful of the fact that I don't believe the same things as you, we're going to be in conflict. There you go. So that's mostly what I wanted to say. And if you want to hear what I said, you're going to have to listen to the Tuesday evening recordings from that night. Bye.